What about your man Pete getting in? Eligible.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was listen.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Listen, I heard
And
so
Pete.
many people saying that Pete did it to himself, which okay, he did. He knew the consequences. I heard Rob Parker's ran on it.
What did he say? What did
Rob Parker basically said, he doesn't think that he should get in. That, Pete knew what he was doing, and he gambled himself out of the Hall of Fame. That it was a strict no policy about betting, blah blah blah. Then I also read that at one point, Bart Giamatti told him, listen, I'll give you a year's suspension. You admit that you gambled. You stay out of baseball for a year, and all is done. He decided not to do that, and look what happened. So now he has been ineligible till after his passing. I mean, listen, you can't have a Hall of Fame and not have Pete Rose in it.
Did Pete Rose ever
I don't believe he
gamble
ever betted
while he was playing? Was that ever proven?
while he played. No, I think as a manager, but I don't think it ever came out that he gambled
On his own team.
for his team to lose. Listen, I just think I think you almost have to have these players in because everything you see now is FanDuel, this, that. Every commercial is,
Right.
What are you going to bet? I mean, if it was that bad to where, they took a staunch stance on no gambling, nothing, and then not even have commercials for it, they're not going to let that. Then I would say, yeah, all right, keep them out. But even Barry Bonds said the same thing about Pete. Barry Bonds basically said, everybody was shooting steroids in the 90s, which I can believe that. Do you think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I do too.
I mean,
Listen,
of course he's going to say he did it.
right. But Barry Bonds made a point that he's probably one of the, when you look at his stats and hits and home runs.
He's a Hall of Famer before.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer before.
But I mean, even with his
And the
after
timeline,
the point,
yeah,
the timeline after.
that he say he did it before he was a nightmare.
Yeah, I think he should be in the Hall.
Pete Rose playing baseball has nothing to do with him gambling. It's against the rules, yeah. I don't know. You fine him hefty, like I said, you can't.
But I think he was. I think
hits.
he just was because of the what they did in the early 1900s with Mountain Landis, basically banning the Black Sox, and banning them for life.
Yeah.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
I just think that was kind of like that's the way it was, and he just happened to get caught up in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now that they kind of loosen the shoestring, so to speak, and then like I said, it'd be different if it was no gambling, nothing.
Right.
But that's all you see and hear now.
That's it.
And there's advertisements for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it last year. I mean, on the Roar when J-Mo a year or so ago was suspended for betting on NCAA March Madness.
Right.
So I listen. I think Pete should be in the Hall. He should have been. It's kind of it makes me sad that he couldn't have been there to get in and do his Hall of Fame speech. I had read from. I listened to a podcast called Lost Ballparks, and they were doing an interview with George Murphy, who was a broadcaster, and he basically was saying that he knew Pete Rose really well, and that Pete told him, hey, if you ever get in, he goes, man, I already have my Hall of Fame speech written, so maybe somehow he gets in. I wonder if he'll be in next year. now that they put him in. But here's my thing: you put Pete in. Does that mean automatically that Shoeless Joe Jackson should go in? I still think Lou Whitaker needs to be in the Hall. Why is it that the committee? I mean, you might have more of an understanding.
No,
why is it the committee seems to just give Lou the shaft? I mean, it's when you look at other play, Scott Rollins is in Rollins or whatever you want to call him is in the Hall of Fame.
Scotty Rollins.
And Lou Whitaker's not. I was looking at the some of the people that are in the Hall. Dave Parker just made it. Dave Parker just made it into the Hall this year. But the Cobra was great. He was good.
Listen.
Lou Whitaker should be in the Hall.
First of all, again, I can say this again. Sweet Lou Whitaker. Okay? So there's only one other second baseman better than Lou. I keep saying it. Like Isaiah not on the Dream Team, Lou not in the Hall. It's the same thing. Robbie Alomar is the best second baseman ever to play. Then Lou Whitaker, then Joe Morgan. The stats are there. Joe Morgan's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Joe Morgan's a great player. Lou Whitaker's stats defensively is not even close.
Yeah.
It's not.
I agree with you.
It's not.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like, I don't know. It's almost like
it doesn't make sense.
I don't feel like this Hall of Fame stuff is. You can't say it's if you have to. It's a popularity thing.
Yeah, it's a one vote. Like Lou wasn't popular, but
why does the sports writers have the say so on it? And why does it have to be 75 or 76%?
Yeah, we revisit this. Either you can play or you're not. Either you're great or you're not. Like again, when Jeet got in, one person didn't vote, 1% off. Why? That's dumb. It's dumb. Rivera's the only 100% shoe-in. Lou I don't get it.
So do you think the Hall of Fame should have qualifications? I mean, do you do it that way?
Yeah, stats.
You have to have so many hits but do you have to have so many home runs automatically get you in? Do you have to have a certain batting average? I mean, how do you I like to know what all the qualifications are.
Well, it's a little bit of everything.
That goes into it.
A little bit of all of it. But you sound like you're saying, like, if you get this number, you're in. Are you saying that?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, because then you have guys like home run wise. Everything before was like, if you had over 500 home runs, you were a shoo-in to get into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not the case now. Barry Bonds, McGuire, Sosa.
Well, they all got over 500.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Before it was if you had, I used to hear that growing up. Oh, he's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. He's got over 500 home runs. And then you've seen for pitchers, I think it was if you had 300 wins, you were a shoo-in.
To me, it's definitely likable. Some of it is like.
It has to be
because Jim Tomey's in, right?
I'm going to find out.
I think he just got in.
I will. I'm going to look this up real quick.
Jim Tomey's in. Who would you rather have, Lou Whitaker or Jim Tomey?
Oh, Lou Whitaker. Okay. I mean, but that's me.
That's what I'm saying.
That's me being a Detroit kid.
I'm saying it's likable. Like people like Jim Tomey. That's what I'm saying. If you're saying like, what's the qualifications? That could be a part of it.